Hey there, welcome to C&T Collectibles. I am C.
I'm T.
And this is 3 and Out, where we look at the top 3 risers in the world of football cards on Card Ladder and 1 punt. And that would be a seller. And we like those, so we'll maybe have a little bit of overtime. And then we're going to get into the five wide receivers last year that did the best in exceeding their expected yards after the catch. So they exceeded their yak. So there's amount of yards after the catch you should get,
so
depending on the play and the defense, and they did better than that expected amount.
So you're saying they have yaks that do it for them?
A lot of yak tonight. So all right.
So they went up on top of mountains, they grabbed yaks, and they
mountain yak.
Yeah, and mountain yaks threw balls to them.
Something like that. I don't think yaks can throw a ball.
To get yaks.
Should we start with the number 3 riser?
Yes.
Joe Burrow, Joey B. So bottom of the range, and we looked at a couple of his other cards last week. And said, in a lot of these, once you see one card, I mean, they're going to kind of follow each other a little bit. There's high correlations between players here. But at the bottom of the range, it said, at least in the short term, risk reward is favorable. We didn't look at the red, white, and blue. But yeah, same thing here, bottom of the range. And a big pop-up, 65% in the week. So nice little breakout from this one. But it's not something I don't think it's anything you have to chase right now. But there's some excitement around Joey B. All right, number 2 riser.
Probably one of the hottest.
Hey, have you seen this card before?
Who's that?
Yeah, I don't know. This is crazy. He never shows up here.
No,
this is wild stuff. So last week, Mr. Rice was a big time faller, and usually you just see him the next week with a riser. So I think there's probably more upside to this card in the near term. You could see him again as another riser before he makes our list as a faller again, but up 67% over the last week. The Jerry Rice raw.
I don't know why people still go on to him even though he's retired.
Because he's a GOAT. He's one of the greatest.
Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer.
Exactly, he's a Hall of Famer.
And
so
it looks like
it's not going to get any worse.
Like right now, it's starting to go up around there. So
yeah, I think there's.
I think it has a chance. Not going to get a new high, but it's definitely going to get over.
Say it over.
It's over like $100.
Maybe
$20.
Guess we'll find out.
But when it comes down, I know it's going to be at like a.
There we go. Jameis Winston, our number 1 riser for the week, up 114%.
He's a crab.
Jameis Winston, he really likes crabs. Crab legs and things of that nature. He likes them so much, he just takes them and runs.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he got into a little bit of trouble taking crab legs. He maybe forgot to pay for them or whatever. But anyways, he's up 114% for the week. Top of the range-ish. But it was... he really, really likes to eat crabs. So, yeah. So, anyways, top of the range. And so, we'll see what happens. A couple of purchases up here. But I think if you're patient, maybe get a little better price on that one. So, we'll see what happens. He's looking like he's going to have a decent part of the timeshare in New Orleans. But Taysom Hill, I mean, he dug into Drew Brees' time. So, he probably does the same with Jameis Winston, I would say.
Yeah, so. Jameis Winston's probably just... he's probably just making the New Orleans Saints, like, he's making their new...
Well, he's their quarterback.
Yeah, he's making their new jerseys.
Something like that. So, DK Metcalf, our number 1 faller for the week, down 67%. So
he is, like, a good quarterback.
I know, and so this is one that either raw,
pretty
so
good.
it's $100, and I don't do a lot of football cards, but I think I would be interested in this one here.
Russell's
Bottom of the range
good.
here, so the longer term trend is broken, but there could be some pretty decent upside to this card here.
He's probably like one, maybe even the best, receiver on the Seahawks.
Yes, very good. All right, should we do a couple more followers?
Sure.
I like those. Bo Jackson, oh my gosh.
Who's he?
Stop it. Stop. You can't say that. You're not allowed to say that in this household. Anyways, trend remains up.
What?
A little too much of a pop. It's getting kind of volatile, but coming back down towards the bottom range. So if you're looking for this card, risk reward is setting up kind of favorably below this area here. You probably don't want any part of it, but for now, maybe a tiny bit of downside, but at least one upside.
You said I could do it for Jerry. Well, we did it for Jerry Rice.
I know, because we see Jerry Rice every week. We never make fun of Mr. Bo Jackson.
But it's kind of like Lamar Jackson.
He's not at Bo Jackson level yet, so until Lamar Jackson starts to rule Tecmo Bowl, then I'm so sad that you don't get to play. You don't get to grow up with Tecmo Bowl. You're missing out. All right,
Wait,
Justin.
I don't.
Herbert. Yeah, you've got much better. You have Madden.
You're a Herbert.
You have Madden. So Justin Herbert, trend remains down. But yeah, he's in an area where buying has picked up before. So again, another card that down 36% looks pretty darn interesting. He had an awesome year last year. Sports or baseball card collector, investor, dealer in that order was talking about Herbert cards and the price relative to Brett Favre, and something we've talked about as well. And I totally agree with him. that why would you be paying a similar amount for a Herbert 10 when you can get a Brett Favre 10? The population counts are similar, but Justin Herbert has 20 different parallels. And it's like, yeah, that totally makes sense. We talked about this with Vlad. Should Vlad be worth a Mookie Betts? Should be worth twice, Freddie Freeman? Or should Freddie Freeman be worth Juan Soto? So it's all sorts of cases you can say, but it doesn't. But that's why we kind of do this. Is the market doesn't care what you think. It's all about the price action.
Yeah, but right now on him, he's probably going to start to go up because I think he's gone down enough. Like right now.
Yeah, he could. But the whole point is, should Justin Herbert be the same price as Brett Favre? Hall of Famer, one of the all-time great quarterbacks. And Justin Herbert's played 1 year, and it was a good year, but he doesn't have what Brett Favre is. But it's a lot of recency effect. It's a lot of recency bias. It's like, what has he done lately? Brett Favre hasn't done anything lately.
I thought Justin Herbert played 2 years.
I don't know. So, anyways, bottom of the range for Favre. If you wait a little bit, I think you can get a little better price. But yeah, I totally agree. Why not buy him? But he's not in the news a whole lot.
It is Brett Favre.
It is Favre. So he look great in purple. Tom Brady.
I like this guy.
Yeah, sure. BGS 9.5 down 35% here. So probably a little bit more downside here. 8.5. Excuse me. You are correct. Thank you. Coming down to the bottom of the range here, see if we can. If you wait a little bit, you can maybe get a little bit better price. So uptrend is broken, but when you break these things in, you just look for consolidation. So retested kind of that previous channel and look for a lot of sideways action. So if you are so inclined, you can trade it. Here's your bottom. Here's your top. Yes. All right. And we'll wrap it up with Carson.
Isn't this the guy that Trigger likes?
It is the guy that Trigger likes. You can see right here, Trigger Finger plus Carson Wentz.
Oh, yeah, he loves him so much.
Well, cannot blame him. So, all right, let's look at our top 5.
He doesn't like the Eagles personally. He just likes Carson Wentz.
Loves Carson Wentz. So, all right, let's look at our top 5 receivers in yards after the catch above expectation. There's a certain amount of yak you should get after a catch. These guys did even better than that.
This guy owns a yak too?
He has a yak too. DJ Moore, 1.8 yards yak above expectation last year. His prices remain trending down. There's no discernible trend here or whatever like that.
Seems cheap enough.
1.8 yak above expectation. If you're supposed to get 5 yards after a catch, he'll get you 6.8.
So he like cut off 0.2 of a yak.
No, not at all. He got 1.8 more than he should have gotten. So if most receivers would get 5 yards after a catch, he'll get 6.8 after a catch.
Yeah, so the yak was throwing it?
No yaks were harmed in the making of this video. All right, 1.9 average yak above expectation. We know this guy.
No, I don't.
You don't know Justin Jefferson?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, all right.
I know JJ.
Yeah, you guys must be JJ. You guys go way back apparently, so you can't go back more. You can't go back more than 8 years, but you go way back. So top of the range here.
I can go back.
Yeah, with 17 games here, where there's an extra game in the NFL, and with all that extra yak above expectation, what do you think? Breaks the receiving record?
I feel bad for those yaks that got 0.1
No yaks
cut.
were harmed. George Kittle, 2.3 average yards after the catch above expectation. Card ladder doesn't have that many cards with him. Star Stock doesn't have any information on him. So we have one data point on George Kittle. I don't know what you do with him or whatever. He's a tight end. He's awesome.
Yeah, those yaks
I can't help you out,
are
though.
insane at throwing.
Yeah, absolutely.
AJ Brown. This is probably
should have a good year.
This is probably my favorite Titans player.
Okay,
I like Derrick Henry better.
Okay, but this is a good one though. 2.6 average yards after the catch above expectation.
Now his yak is really trained.
That's a good yak. That's a good yak. So he whatever, kind of middle-ish of the range. What if you wait a little bit, maybe get a better price, could go up higher without you. I don't know where the next sale comes in, but we know what the range is, and you're kind of you're just under the middle part of it. So risk reward is middling on that one, but
it's definitely going to go above the line. Like
we mean definitely. You don't know that.
I mean maybe.
Definitely maybe. I like that. And let's finish it up with our number 1 receiver with 4.4 average yards after the catch above expectation. That is Mr. Deebo Samuel.
Deebo Fett.
Deebo Fett?
Okay.
Deebo Samuel.
Deebo.
We already have Boba Fett, so we can't have too many sports-related Star Wars nicknames here.
True.
So you can never have too much, as I would say. But all right, Deebo Samuel. So whatever, a lot of sideways action here, kind of boring, but as he gets towards the bottom range, you see people snapping him up, and maybe you can make a few bucks on that one if you are patient and watch, because if he's getting 4.4 average yards above after the catch above expectation, it's gonna be some big numbers at the end of the season with an extra game. Could see some fireworks.
Yeah, and Deebo's
Deebo,
I give a congrats to him because he got
the most yak.
No, he got the yak that can throw the most.
There it is. Exactly. Someday I will show you another Deebo in a movie called Friday that I like, but you're not ready for that one quite yet. We'll get there.
Oh.
Exactly. So that's what I got for you. That's what you got for him.
Bye.
Bye.